Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. My live was kicked off. I got a phone call and it just cut the live. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to wait for a few minutes for everybody to come back in. So this will be part 2. So if you're joining in and you are now watching part 2 of the fall fast instructions, you want to go ahead and look for the part 1. All right, I'm not going to delete that one because that's some good information in that one too. So look for the part 1. If you're just joining in and you did not see, there's another video prior to this one. So go to part 1 and watch that, and then come back to the part 2. So I'm so sorry, guys. I'm happy you caught right on. We've done this before. Welcome back, and I'm gonna give a few more moments for everybody to jump back in. And I'm so super hot. I'm drinking chaga and I'm hot. Lord have mercy. Hi, Akila. Yay, I'm back too. I'm back too, sweetie. All right. Okay, so let me just go ahead because I know people are chiming in. So yes, we was talking about eating at night. The young lady mentioned on the previous video that every time she get up in the morning and she drinks water, her stomach starts to hurt. And I mentioned to her, if you're eating a lot of food at night, the food is not necessarily digesting in your system when you eat at night. When the sun goes down, okay, your energy also goes down. Your body is not processing the food the same way. So she could be eating, very heavy meals or, some type of food at night that's not digesting. So when she drinks the water, it then kind of all piled up in her intestinal system. So the water is kind of like pushing it, but it won't go. It's because it's kind of stuck. So then she experienced pain from drinking water in the morning. So I encourage all of you, and when you do eat your foods, try not to eat food when the sun go down. Notice I'm not saying anything about time. Okay, that could be different. When the sun goes down, try to minimize the food that you're eating. The only food that you maybe want to eat that's okay when the sun goes down is fruit or something very light, a snack, of course, from the nutritional guide, but definitely fruit. You do not want to eat heavy meals after the sun goes down. So, so on your Day of Atonement, okay, I was born on a Thursday. So every Thursday, I put my body right back where it was when I was born. I didn't know the ways of the world, okay? My body was full of minerals, okay? And the body wants to heal itself. The organs wants to heal itself. But every time we feed it things that are acidic, it doesn't have the opportunity to heal itself because it has to fight the foods that we're eating and fight the medications that you're taking and so on and so forth. So when you are fasting, you are allowing the body to heal itself naturally. You're saying, okay, body, I'm just going to leave you alone today. I'm just going to let you do what you need to do. And I'm not going to give you this stuff that you got to fight for today. I'm not referring to medications. We are not medical doctors. We are not medical professionals. We just, very spiritually led. So I am not going to ever tell anyone to stop your medications. But when you are fasting, you definitely want to not eat any acidic foods and just make sure that you have your smoothie or your tea of choice available to drink just that one day. And your body starts to get used to that. Even me right now, every Thursday, I don't really have appetite for any food at all because it's been over a year that I've been doing this now. And every Thursday, my body is already just accustomed to function properly. And I still exercise too without eating food on Thursday. So I tell most of my family and friends, what you get from food, I get it from teas. I get my minerals from teas. So that's what sustains me and that's what keeps me going and that's what keeps my energy up to be able to do the exercise regimens that you guys see. All right. So once you get used to that, all right, once you get used to that, it does become easy, but you have to get used to it. And what happens before you get used to it? You got to try it. And when you try it, you got to try it one day at a time. So right now, look up your Day of Atonement. Search Google your month, your day, and your year. Whatever day of the week that's on, that should be your Day of Atonement. Even after the fast is over, you should still continue on a weekly basis with that same day every week. So one week it didn't work so well, you already know what you got to change for the next week. That week it didn't work so well, you already know what you got to change for the next week. Another week come and you went to go see such and such and she was cooking one of your favorite meals. Then the next week you know you can't go to such and such house on your Day of Atonement until your body assimilates with it, or your body is just comfortable with it and is a part of your life. You want fasting to be a part of your life. So this is why in the Sebian Alkaline Hall, we fast 1 through 7. The 1st through the 7th of the month, or just say 7-day fast on a monthly basis. Then we fast our Day of Atonement 1 day a week. And on a seasonal basis, we do the 21-day fast. All right. But you need to be able to prepare for the fast, so you are minimizing some of the symptoms. Okay. Now let's talk about that. When you start the fast, right? When you start the fast, some of you, depending on what's going on in your body, it could feel like you're having the flu. You could feel like you're having cold sweats. Some of you are going to get very aggravated. So prep your loved ones and your family. Let them know, I might be cranky for the first 3 or 4 days because, you know, I'm gonna be craving stuff that I can't have, you know, or you may have some emotional breakdowns. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, about the emotional aspect of fasting. We'll talk about that. You may have some emotional breakdowns. It all depends on what has been woven into your DNA. Whatever it is that you done went through in your life, you done fed in your life, you will encounter some of those things when you're going through a fast. So you have to make sure that your mind, your body, your spirit is prepared to deal with the adversary and any other challenges that may come your way. So this is why you are, you know, slowly doing that prior to the fast by doing the 2 days of the week. All right. And if you found your Day of Atonement, then you want to search the pink post. I'll put the pink post and pin it tomorrow when I'm home. But you find the pink post, find the person that is sharing your 2 days, and that's your partner. That's your fasting team. And Janella, Brandy and Stacy, they're doing a great job with managing the pink post to make sure you guys know what to do, you understand it. And they also, I seen somebody create a team name. That was so awesome. That's something that has not happened. So that was so awesome. And I think I seen Chan mention something about that. If you guys have team names, that's great. Maybe we can do some fun competitions. Miss Brandy will get with Miss Shanila to come up with some fun competitions that we can do over the next 3 weeks leading up to the fast. So again, everyone should have your fasting team, your fasting partner. If you don't have it, go to the pink post, list your 2 days out of the week on the pink post, and find your fasting team. And your team, y'all come up with all kind of creative things of what kind of smoothies you're going to have, what kind of soups that you guys are going to have, what kind of experiences are you guys having. Be accountable for each other. Build a group I am, so that way you can check in with each other, push each other to make sure that we can be so prepared as one unit, coming together fasting at the same time. Boy, do you know the spiritual upliftment and enlightenment that you would get in a fast with so many people fasting at the same time for the same reason, for the same meaning. Honey, the Sebian Alkaline Hall is going to be tremendous. Like, this is really the community that you guys have been looking for. Now you're here to create it. Whatever it is that you find and you're looking for and you can't find it, it is your ordained divine journey to create it. And that's what we're all doing here in the Sebian Alkaline Hall. We are creating the community that we always wish we had. We are creating it based on, I'm on the live. Okay, go ahead. So excuse my uncle, he was running behind me. So you have to create your journey and create your community, and that's what we are doing in here. We are creating a community where we can just really do this together, and I'm just so excited about it. So that's what the pink post is for. Choose your 2 days out the week. We choosing 2 days, not 1 day, because we only have a very minimum amount of time. I didn't even realize that fall was starting on. I didn't realize that fall was starting on September the 22nd. Okay. And you want to fast seasonal. So let's talk about when is the best time to fast. For the people that are not, that, you know, being realistic with yourself and you know you're not ready for the 21st, it is fine. Join us, pay attention to us, so that jot down some notes so you can go ahead and mentally prepare for the next fast time as well. All right. So let's talk about when the best time to fast. And this, a lot of these ideas that I'm bringing to you comes from Queen Afua, Dr. Lila, of course, Dr. Sebi, of course, that's the main person that comes to my forefront when I'm doing things like this, or we're doing things like this. But a lot of these fasting ideas come from various sources, because you all know I read a lot, I study a lot, and I like to mix and match and put stuff together to see what really makes sense. So it is always best to fast seasonal. All right, seasonal means the winter, spring, fall, and so on and so forth. Let me explain why. Now, none of us is here eating meat, and if we are eating meat, we're transitioning from it. But I need to give you this example to show you something of why it's important, why seasons are important. For example, if you ever saw the polar bear and gorilla video, it's in the group, polar bear and gorilla. It's a very old video I did last year, even before I started the group, right? The polar bears is in the cold in the North Pole. So they have to eat meat because the meat doesn't digest in the system, and they eat the meat so the meat can coat their organs and keep them safe from the cold. The weather is one of the main reasons that they have to eat the meat and the fish and the things like that. I'm talking about the polar bears, okay, not the gorillas. I'm talking about the polar bears. They have to eat meat because of the winter, the cold environment. If they don't have nothing to cover their organs, they'll freeze to death and they're gone, right? So in the winter time, all right, if you really think about it, in the wintertime is when people that do eat meat, it's best to eat meat in the wintertime because meat does not digest fast. Okay, the meat will sit in your system for days, right? So if you are eating meat, and I'm just using this as an example, please understand, do not get it twisted. I am not advocating meat at all, okay? But I'm giving you an example. People that do eat meat, it was always recommended that they eat meat in the winter time because the meat helps you deal with the cold. But in the summertime, meat is not digesting in your system. So in the summertime, you want to eat a lot of fruit. You want to eat a lot of cool foods because that assimilates with the weather and it assimilates with your body, right? So during the seasons, the universe change, patterns change, it's just the way of the world, so when you are approaching the seasons, you want to cleanse yourself to be able to build yourself and prepare yourself for the new season in your life. Now, it's just the order of the universe. If the seasons is changing, we're going from fall to winter, okay, that means your energy inside of yourself, your direction in life is also going to change, which means it's some people that was there before that may not be going forward with you in the future, and you can still love them and you can still support them, but you're just going in a different direction. The Most High is taking you in a different season. So this is why you always want to prepare yourself for the journey ahead during the seasons, okay? So it's always good to fast during the season change, whether it's the fall, winter, spring, or summer, or whatever the case may be, so you can prepare yourself for that season. All right, if I hope that makes sense to everyone. Also, your birth month, okay, whatever it is, birth month that you were born in, that's also a great time to fast. That's more of a personal fast for you and the Most High to really re-engage your purpose in life, to really spend some one-on-one time with the Most High and yourself to identify some of the things that you've accomplished or you lost in the past, and comfortably come up with a path with the Most High inside of you, guiding you for the next year to come. I got that from Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory rests in the world as an ancestor. Now he's an ancestor for all of us. But every month, every year on his birthday month, he would go away from his family, and he would be in a hotel, and he would meditate, and he would fast. And that's how he did, during his birth month. Hence the reason why September is my birth month. So I've started my fast on the 1st. I am fasting right now. My fast ends on the 21st, and the group's fast starts on the 22nd. So I will be surely ready, charged to be able to guide us through a wonderful, wonderful fall fast. Okay. So you want to consider fasting seasonal. Always prepare your body to fast seasonal, and also fast the month of your birth. So that way you can really just reconnect with the Most High inside of you. You can kind of understand what your passion, your drive is, and the Most High will give you direction. And also you will actually see where the universe start flowing, situations, people, and things aligned with you to make your dreams come true. Whatever it is that you dream about all the time, you always wanted to do, that's really your reality. But you can't see your reality. You can't see your plan and your vision and what it is that you want to do if you're sick and you're toxic inside. So that's why it's important when you're going into the fast, it should always be to clean out your system. Fasting is about you cleaning out your system. It's about, allowing the body to say, body, I've been feeding you all this harsh stuff all these years. I'm just going to give you a day to yourself to do whatever you need to do. All right. So that's very, very important of how often you fast. It should be seasonal, and it should be the month of your birth. Also weekly, 1 day a week, your day of atonement. Get used to that. Every time you fast, your stomach gets smaller. So if you in this for weight loss, okay, weight loss is going to happen, but that should not be your primary reason. You got to clean out the stuff that caused the weight to come there first. Okay, clean it out. So fasting is about you cleansing. It's about you eventually getting your body to a point where you wake up every day and your body is in a cleansing mode. Every day I have blood work. I'll show you the paper. I am 7.5 alkaline. Every day my body is in active cleansing mode. What the weight that you see right now, the exercise regimen that you see right now is all the excessive waste that has been sitting in my body that I still need to get out and release out of my system, and it is going drastically. But my alkaline levels, according to the blood work, I went to the doctor for my labs, is at 7.5. Okay. So that means my body is constantly cleansing. And when I found out my body was at 7.5, I didn't just stop. I still continue with my day of atonement, 1 day a week, 7 days a week, 7 days out of a month, and doing the 21-day fast. So those are the ways and how often you want to fast. And that's how you guys always see that we always have these fasting moments and we rally up to it. So that way we can get all used to fasting. All right. So that way the hurricane come your way or whatever the case may be, food might not be a problem. You just make you some tea. You're used to fasting. You're going to survive, and you know how to survive. Wherein what you have people that's eat a lot of processed food, eat a lot of meat. They got a hurricane, something coming. They can't get no food. They falling over to the wayside. But you can still maintain your strength when you don't have no food. You just got to train your body to be able to do that. And that's what we're doing here in the Sebian Alkaline Hall with our collective fasting modes. Okay? All right. So let's talk about, some emotional stuff when it comes to fasting. Let me tell you guys something, and then we'll go into the different phases of fasting too. But I want you guys I have to be realistic with you guys here. Okay. This is going to be way more than you fasting, getting your body alkaline, and just cleaning your body out. Because when you fast and your body is at a bit of a cleanse mode, you see things differently. You feel things differently. If you have, let's say, some childhood issues that has never been addressed, and you just forgot about it and you just don't even talk about it because, you just don't even want to touch on that. Or if it's something that triggers you, maybe it's your kids that trigger you and they do a certain little something to get to you. It always get to you. Or maybe it's a man or a woman that you feel like you have no control over your emotions when you're around that person. Okay? Whatever it is, whatever emotional issues that you've been going through in your past, when you are approaching a fast and you are in a fast, it is going to come dead straight in your face just like that. It is going to come for you. As I was preparing for my September fast, it came dead straight right in front of me. Right in front of me. Every time I prepare for a fast, it is some type of chaos that happens that always tries to throw me off on the left field so I can complete that fast. And because when you get emotional and you get upset and you get angry, the first thing you do is you want to look for something to bring you comfort. And what has brought you comfort in the past? Food have brought you comfort in the past. A piece of cake, some ice cream, a donut, some sweet, coffee. That brings you pleasure, comfort, food, soul food. Every time you get upset and you emotionally distraught, you want something to comfort you. So you will find the food to comfort you. Well, when you fasting, and we are coming away from this, and when you are fasting, how are you going to be able to deal with those emotions? So when you are fasting, there's a whole nother other process going on outside of your body. It's going into your mentals, your emotional attacks. You will start learning how some of the times when you want to munch on something, you're not even hungry. You just have an emotional addiction to food that you haven't realized or find out how to fight it yet. But when you fasting, this is where the aggravation is going to come in at. You're going to be angry. You're going to be like, listen, what didn't I tell you? Don't bother me right now. Okay. And the kid's not going to understand why the hell you talking to them like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be prepared for that emotional attack. So whatever it is in your past, that emotion, if you got attitude problems, you always, going off on people and you don't even realize why in the world you're going off on people all the time. Or if, whatever the case may be, it is going to elevate during a fast. But that's where you have to build your strength. And this is why when you fast those 2 days a week leading up to the fast, you can kind of attack those things to find out what is it that I need to work on to make sure that I can stay on target in this fast. All right. You got to learn what it is that you don't know about yourself so you know how to prepare yourself. This time, you're going to have to stand the adversary right in his face and say, look, I'm tired of you doing me like this. You know what get to me. You know this shit was going to piss me off. Excuse me for the language. You know this is going to piss me off. But I'm not giving you the control this time. I'm going to stay on this fast. Let me go make me a smoothie, honey. Because I'm not doing it this time. I have to do this. I have to take control of my life. I need to get to my purpose. It's people out here waiting for me. It's people out here that I got to help get their life right. And if I can't figure out how I can get it right now, how in the world I'm going to teach somebody else how to get it right? How in the world are you going to teach your children how to get it right if you can't get it right? And getting it right is not just getting it right for the one day. Getting it right is getting it right over time. And how you get it right over time is learn what it is that made you stop and work on that. And then you learn what else it is that make you stop and you work on that too. And learn whatever it is whatever it came along again that made you consider stopping. Work on that too. I be in the mirror just like this. Look at here. You see yourself? You're sitting up here thinking about some coconut donuts right now. And that coconut donuts because you're pissed off. And you know you're in the fast. You know these kind of cravings is going to happen when it comes to a fast. Now, why you think you want this coconut donut? I be in the mirror talking to myself. Don't nobody know yourself better than you know yourself. So get in the mirror and talk to yourself and cuss yourself out. Hell no, you ain't having this coconut donut. You're not. You fasting. And how you going to get somewhere if you're just going to keep on giving in to them? Just like you spoiling kids. You got your kids to spoil. You know your child don't need to have that Kool-Aid with all that sugar in it. But because you don't want to hear your child crying and whining, you're going to get a child a Kool-Aid with the sugar in it. You're not getting the Kool-Aid with the sugar in it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put you in a room and close the door and you can cry all you want to because you ain't getting the Kool-Aid with the sugar in it. Because you're just going to get used to not drinking the Kool-Aid with the sugar in it. Because it's going to kill you. So go in the room and cry for 24 hours if you need to. Because you're not getting the Kool-Aid with the sugar in it. So I have to tell myself. You can sit here, you could be mad, you could be frustrated. You're looking for comfort. You better go do a meditation and get comfort that way. Because you're not eating them coconut donuts. Don't look for me. Don't look for Stacy. Don't look for Alexis. Get in the mirror. Also, I don't want to beat yourself up either. If you get in the fast, okay, and you just had a moment. A lot of times this will happen in week 2, where you just had to get them chicken wings, Lord. I've been doing good for the first week, but this week it was hard, and I just had to have them chicken wings. Guess what? That don't mean you give up. That means you eat them chicken wings, you feel guilty, your body gonna feel sick immediately, you feel your way through it, and you keep it going. 2 hours later, you start over. So that way, by the time you get to the 21 days, you can say, I did 18 out of the 21 days for my first fast. The next fast, I did 19 out of the 21 days for my first fast. Because guess what? You couldn't have said that last year. You couldn't even say you did 3 days out of the 21 days last year. So if it turns out you did 15 days out of the 21 days, guess what? You did 15 days more than you already did. And you allowed your body to heal itself naturally for 15 days versus none. So that way, the next time you come do your next 21-day fast for the wintertime, this is our last 21-day fast for the year. The next 21-day fast will be January 1st. So the next 21-day fast, you ready. Because you already know what made you stumble in October. And I'm going to work on that, doing my fasting 1 day a week. And I'm fasting my 7 days a month up until January. And I already know what stopped me all those times. So I'm very, very better prepared for the next time. All right. This is all weaning yourself. Dr. Sebian said it so many times. Wean yourself. This is not the time. This is not no pass or fail. This is not no success or non-success. This is you transitioning for the rest of your life. If you like me, I'm 41 years old, and I just had to convert 40 years of behaviors and habits. And I'm still doing it, still in process of doing it. I still work on seafood. Okay, that's my problem. All right, seafoods, and every now and then, I don't cuss myself out enough with some bag of damn potato chips, usually around the lady time. All right. But that too, I'm still working on. It's a transition. And even when I do have those moments, I can emotionally attack myself. And even with those moments, my blood work came out of the 7.5. So you just got to learn what it is that you don't know about yourself and start and work from right there and be prepared for this fast. All right. All right. Now, let's talk about the fasting period, the 21-day fast. Forget 21 days. Trick your mind. This is all in the mindset too. We are reshaping our unconscious mindset. We are changing the experiences in our subconscious mindset. Through every process, through every post that you read, for every meal that you try, you are changing the experience in your subconscious mindset. Every book that you read, every label that you read, you are changing your subconscious mindset and the experiences that are going on in your subconscious mindset. So, with this thing here too, all right, forget about 21 days. You're going to take 3 weeks. Think about it. 3 weeks of fasting starting September the 22nd. You need 1, 2, 3 plans on what you're going to do. All right? 3 plans. Activities. You want 3 things to focus on. I'm going to tell you right now. Idle time will mess you up in the fast. Idle time. Having nothing to do. Sitting at home, ain't got nothing to do, and focusing on nothing. It will mess you up in a fast. You need 3 activities. I usually call out activities to do. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Let me call out those in the past. But this time, yes, the Most High have led me to tell you. There's 3 things that you have been working on in your life. I want you to write those 3 things down, either on your mirror, on a wall, to where every morning that you wake up during this fast, you can see those 3 things that you're working on in this fast. What are the 3 things that you need to target in this 21-day fast? And this is how you're going to break it down. Week 1, in the past, it was all about elimination. So in week 1, I went in my closet, eliminated clothes, eliminated shoes. Went in my kitchen, eliminated stuff that's been sitting there, ain't nobody touch. eliminated it. If it's something that's in my house that I ain't touched or used in the past 6 months, got rid of it. Elimination. Okay? Because in your week 1 of your fast, this is your body eliminating all that old toxic stuff. Okay? You'll find yourself, especially if you have the chelation. With chelation, some of you will use the bathroom 5 to 6 times a day. Chelation works so much best when you're on a fast. And your body is eliminating old undigested food in that first week. That's why you may have the sweats. That's why you may have flu symptoms. You're going to have aggravation because all those negative toxins are eliminating itself through the body and trying to come out. You're drinking water, elimination process. So in week 1, in the past, it has always been about elimination. Have you been knowing and telling yourself that the man is not for you? Elimination period. Have you been knowing and telling yourself that this woman is not for you? Elimination time. If that friend has not really been a friend, elimination time. In your elimination, if you needed a new living room suit and you ain't got that living room suit, maybe you don't even have the money to go afford the living room suit, eliminate the old one that's in there. Because if you keep on walking in your house and that living room suit not there and ain't nothing in there, it's just going to make you plan harder to go get that brand new living room suit. But you got to eliminate the junk to leave room for everything else that's coming into place. The things that are aligned for you in your life, it don't have nowhere to go. You got too much chaos going on around you. So how is it going to fit? How you going to be happy? You can't be happy with a whole lot of negative things going in your mind. Fear of everything going in your mind. Fear that somebody going to hurt you. Where you going to be happy at? And how you going to expect other people to treat you with happiness when you just not happy because all this stuff is cluttered in your mind to make you unhappy? Elimination period. Whatever it is in your circle, in your world that does not bring you peace, happiness, creativity, elimination period. Is that going to be your week 1 that you're focusing on? It may not. Week 2. Now that you've eliminated a whole lot of stuff in week 1, it's out. A lot of the food is out. You're feeling better. You're thinking clear. Your energy is going to increase drastically. You will be ready to go do some jumping jacks somewhere, okay? Because you done cleaned out stuff. You done cleaned out your space inside and out, okay? And when you clean out your space inside and out, when week 2 come, okay? Now, when the Most High start flooding all these creative ideas, all these things that you started and you just never had the time to get back to because the kids always taking your time away, it's going to, all of a sudden in week 2, you're going to find the time to do that very thing. And this time you can include the kids to help you with it. Your creativity is going to increase, okay? Most High can speak to you and you can feel the presence of the Most High a little bit more because you've already cleansed yourself in week 1. So what type of creative activity are you going to implement in week 2 that you're going to focus on? That may not be your thing though. Okay, remember, pick your own 3 things for this fast that you need to work on. What is it that you need the Most High to help you with? 3 of them. Write it down. Write it on your mirror with lipstick. Write it on a piece of paper and put it on your wall. Get some chalkboard tape. Write it on your wall and put it right in front of your bed. The 3 things that you are going to focus on for this 21-day fast. Week 1, elimination. Examples. It's not what it is because everybody is going to be different. I'm going to give you an example. This is what we always did in the past. Week 1 was elimination. Week 2 was creativity. And week 3, Lord have mercy. Let me drink some water. Let me drink some water about 3. Let me drink some water about 3. And I got me a chaga latte. I got chaga latte I had for breakfast and I'm having some for lunch. I'm fasting. Let me tell y'all about week 3. Some of you guys are already in tune with the universe. And you're already in tune with the Most High inside of you. Some of you are not. But when you embark in this fast, you are inviting your spirit your body, your soul, and your mind for the Most High to use you, you will feel a spiritual shift in week 3. Your passion will develop. Whatever it is that you were supposed to do in this world, you're going to see it as clear as day. The Most High been telling you that you have something to do and you just have not been ready. You've been avoided by any means necessary. But you don't even really think about how you always come back to that very thing. That's just like another example. Let's talk about Jewish culture. The Jews set intentions on their children when they're born. When I say set intentions, when they child born, they look at that child. This child is going to be a lawyer. And they raise that child as a lawyer. So that child is already used to reading. That child is already used to researching. And so on and so forth. Now, they just don't set the intention just like that. It's the order of the universe. Your sign, your characteristics, the day that you was born on, what position of the earth when you was born, things like that to help set the intentions of their children. Most of us, black or more people, our intentions were not set when we were born. So a lot of us is all over the place in our mind. We have no idea what it is that we're supposed to do on this earth because ain't nobody set no intentions for us. And a lot of things that we passionate about, that we want to do, we have no idea how to do it and no idea where to start. Well, honey, when you get in week 3 of this fast, those ideas and things will rush to the forefront of your mindset. And you have to be prepared to know how to put those things together. This is where your business plan comes from. This is where the resources come from. If you don't believe what I'm saying, I want you to tag in Cheryl Ann and ask her right now. If you don't believe what I'm saying, tag in Jamie Sebian King right now and ask him. If you don't believe what I'm saying, tag in Takara. Hell, tag in Tyrone Pendleton, Crust Foster. It seems like to me, once they got to a fast and they was clear, they was able to birth their passions. They was able to birth their passion. People, places, resources comes to you when you're prepared for it. Half of y'all want to win $1 million. And if I had $1 million and I came and handed it to you right now, you'll sure take it. But do you know what to do with it? Because if you got a broke mindset, that $1 million is going to be gone in 6 months. You don't get the things that's for you until you are prepared to receive it when it comes to a spiritual level. So a lot of these things that we drop on our knees and beg God and pray for every time and we still ain't getting it, it ain't because your prayer ain't being heard. It's because you're not ready for it. You don't even know what to do with the $1 million if it gave it to me right now. Don't know. If somebody gave me $1 million, okay, when I was 25, okay, rolling around in the streets selling drugs, okay, keep it real. Imagine what I would have done with them $25 million now. Then versus now. Because now if somebody give me $25 million or $1 million, I'm going to have at least 6 Sebian Alkaline Hall physical units all over the world. But you best to rest assured, if it was when I was 25 years old, it wasn't going to be no Sebian Alkaline Hall, nothing. Okay? It was going to be some clubs and some bottles. Okay? It was going to be some clubs, some bottles, some clothes, some cars, some real stuff that has no value to it. So a lot of times you don't get the things that you think you want because you are not ready for it. And when you go through things like this with the fast, okay, this is what prepares you for the things that already have your name on it. I know you heard the pastor say that in church, but it's real. Some of the things is real. You're not prepared to receive what you've been begging for. You're not prepared to lead nobody if you're not a leader yet. I froze. I'm still frozen. I'm froze.